Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome bay with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition, a Friday Fun Day edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We are at our usual gathering spot, which is Ten Palms, Gulfstream Park, Hallandale Beach, Florida. And boy, oh boy, I've got my FSU dad t-shirt on, getting ready for a big game tomorrow night. I'm hitting the road in the morning.
Oh, yeah, you'll be there. Forget it.
I've got, what else? We've got the opening day of the Keeneland Fall Meet, which I know Defo is very excited about. And most importantly, we have broken our fast, and I've got a bowl of delicious Italian wedding soup, the soup of the day here at Ten Palms, and it is piping hot. And there is nothing that makes an old Jew happier than a popping hot bowl of soup. Defo, how are you today?
Feeling good, man. Great day. Beautiful outside.
Yes.
Nice and breezy. The intense, immense heat that we were suffering through for a couple of weeks there, going back about a week and a half ago, was seems to be gone, and great weekend on tap.
September is when most of the country starts to get that feeling of first burst of fall. September is the worst month in the world in South Florida because you've already had the long, hot, blast furnace summer, and you think, all right, when already? Enough already. Yep. And it just keeps getting muggier and worse and feeling like it goes from being just a simple sauna to like full blast steam bath.
Furnace. Like last weekend was a blast furnace.
And but now there's signs of hope. We have the first cool breezes wafting in, sometimes from the northeast. I took a brisk 5-mile walk along the beach, my walk of atonement. You have the walk of life. I had on Yom Kippur. I had a 5-mile, and the sand, it was blowing so heavily out of the north east. The sand, it was spitting sand from the beach right into my eyes, which is God's way of punishing me for gambling on Wednesday night. But you're right. You start to feel that little essence of coolness, maybe a break in the humidity.
Yep.
And then when stone crab season rolls around in the middle of the month, that's usually when that first break comes. And you step outside. In your case, you pick up your morning New York Post and you say, that's why we live here. So we're close. We're getting close. Yes. Are you close in any bets? Doubles? Are you wagering here? Keeneland? What is your...
I had to make a little wager on this horse just for name alone. I do like Kendrick Carmouche as a rider a lot. So if he's on something that has a shot, I'm usually inclined to go ahead and make a move on that. But there's a horse in the first race at what is Belmont at Aqueduct named Soundbite. He happens to be the favorite. But after all the sound bites we've gathered over the years, how could we not possibly at least make a move with Soundbite? He's the 5, so I put him together with the 7 in the second leg of the daily double, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully he can prevail here, but always nervous about an 8-5 shot.
Well,
in the first race.
I wish you well. I love just doing hunch plays. I usually do the food angle, anything that is named.
I have a tip horse for you later on if you
or
want
beverage. I got a couple of tip horses too. My favorite horse, the Grumpy Rabbit, trained by Ken McPeak, is going to be making his next start in a big stakes race. He's listed at 12-1 in the morning line, and I cashed considerably on him in his last race, even though it was only even money. I love that horse. And does he have the ability to step up in class? We're going to find out at 12-1. I'm always willing to take a gamble.
Yeah, why not?
And we just had the first race run at the fall meet at Keeneland, and Chalk Eaters rejoice. 4-5 shot, number 4, Indy label. It means I'm alive in the double because I did play some doubles there, and I hit the. This is why I hit the all button. Logical, and this is chalk eating, and it's a little bit degenerate talk to start the day. I used the two favorites in a $1 try with the all in third, and what comes in third. The two favorites did finish 1-2, and a 31-1 shot finished third. So maybe I'll make a little money to start the day and the fall meet. Hope springs eternal, but when it's the fall meet, the ledgers are already looking pretty dark for the year. We're just trying to get out. Have you been getting out in terms of how about that football game last night?
That was a nice game.
I did have San Francisco in my personal betting booking adventure with my man Francesco. He's been on a long losing streak of late. I think it goes back 14 years now. He's been on a losing streak. He was well ahead. He started out hot, but he's coming back to the pack. And I was flipping back and forth. I really don't. It's kind of annoying to me. I guess this is a sign of old age where I don't like flipping back from prime to regular channels. And I really thought it was exciting, the Red Sox and Yankees in a decisive Game 3. So I was zeroed in on that. And so I flipped on a football game, and it was already 14-0 in my favor. And I'm thinking, okay, now I'm up 22.5. But it is the NFL. And, of course, it got dicey at the end. And it was a real interesting decision. I don't know what you thought about that, Lubie. Did you catch that, where McVay goes for a 4th and 1 in overtime?
Overtime. He could kick the
From
field
the
goal to
11-yard
tie the
line.
game.
Or he could go ahead and take a shot, which he did. He got stuffed, and they ended up losing the game.
I did
instead of
not
time.
see it. You guys know better than me.
I don't know how much time was left. I don't think it was much,
breaking fast,
but it wasn't like the last second or anything. So
4th and 3.
It was 4th and 1. He only had a yard to go.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, and
But
I
he
didn't-
ran it up the middle. They got stuffed.
See,
and
that's
then
my
they
problem.
lose.
If you're going to do it on 4th and 1, then you can't leave it to a running back running up. Like, to me, if you're doing 4th and 1, it's because you have a play that you really believe in that is going to be something that's going to catch him off guard. And also, when you have a running quarterback, I'm a little bit more confident because you can put the ball in his hand and he can either throw it or he can run with it. When it's 4th and 1 and then just run a draw, that feels he sort of teased. It feels like Mario-esque, like that. That I don't like that call at all on 4th and 1. I give him credit for going for it in a sense. I'm so weird because
I don't.
I was going to say because when you get that far, to me, sometimes you want to just keep it going. But I also get, it was in San Fran, right? Like they're on the road.
Oh, and I was in L.A.
Oh, was that home?
Yeah.
Oh, God. So then, when you're at home, you usually play for overtime then.
No, they were in overtime.
It was in overtime.
Oh, this is playing for the tie. Is that what it is? They were near the end of overtime?
It was getting, it's not totally at the end of overtime. So it's not like there was still football to be played. If they kick the game and tie it.
And they have a good defense, too.
It's
And it's
not
Mac Jones.
sudden death. It keeps going.
Yeah,
And, until somebody
It
scores
would
a
have been
touchdown.
sudden death after that.
Right.
Yeah.
If they tie it up, and then it goes to the touchdown. The next touchdown
Next
wins.
score wins. No, next
No,
score
next
wins.
score wins.
Next score
Yeah.
wins.
Each team gets a possession.
So that's probably what he's thinking is, I guess they were moving the ball.
He could have lost to a field goal.
Yeah, he's like, they're going to move it. But it's Mac Jones. Like, you scared of Mac Jones when you have Verse there, Fisk there. Like,
What
I
I'm
don't know.
thinking is he's an idiot because it's a division game. And historically, San Francisco has kind of had the LA Rams
Yes.
number.
Yes.
And just take your points. Don't get cute. Tie the game up and then see what happens from there. But no. And then the other thing I was thinking is
He couldn't have covered the spread, though, anyways.
no,
For those of us that had 8.5, we were locked once
But-
they
You
got
were
to
good,
overtime.
yeah,
But
you were
what
good.
I was thinking was I was stupid because as I looked before the game and I was just on my Hard Rock betting app and I saw that the Niners were a plus 350 underdog money line straight up. And I was like saying, I know that San Francisco plays the Rams historically tough. And I almost put 20 to win on the Niners straight up. But no, I didn't. Then I looked at the Red Sox Yankees. And I stayed away from the game because the Yankees were like, it was minus 180.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox were only plus 130. Talking about the house having an advantage. That's why I love what you do with your friend, Defo, because what I've learned in going
I don't have to
gambling,
think.
He just lets him pick.
if you don't think, if you are the house and the house always wins or usually wins over the long haul, then be the house, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
No, it's
my
good.
new motto, be the house. Even though I'm trying to lose a lot of weight. At one point, I looked like a house, but
I mean, in gambling ventures, it's worked well for Defo.
yeah. Isn't it great
Francesco.
when you make the other guy
Over
pick?
the years, I think he wins every
Well, there's
year.
no juice involved. That's the thing there. So, I mean, if I was getting 110 for every 100 that he lost, I'd be way, way ahead. In fact, I could retire. I wouldn't even be here today. But straight up in terms of even money with the point spread factored in, the guy is still – it's amazing how many games people lose. Yeah, you want to be the house. You don't have to think. I'm looking, going, geez, the Rams should crush San Francisco. They've eked out a few victories. Amazingly, they're 4-1. Rams were 3-1. They're at home. And you know, I like McVay. I think he's an excellent coach. But as Lubie alluded to, that was a really stupid play call, which he even admitted after the game. That was like,
if you're going to do it, don't put it into one guy, especially 1 yard in the end. Look, again, we see guys get 2-3 yards at a clip, but in the NFL, like, I don't know. In San Francisco's usually been known to have a decent defense, especially good linebackers. I don't know. I
I
wouldn't
don't know how
run a
San
draw.
Francisco's doing it. They're doing it with your man Mac
It was
Jones.
Mac Jones.
Right.
That's
If
my
they're
thing. If
injured,
I'm
they're banged
McVay,
up.
like we should be able
Yeah.
to beat Mac Jones.
But we've seen at least two quarterbacks that have been, I guess maligned would be the right word because they redeemed themselves in other situations. Mac
Yeah,
Jones was a
yeah.
bust in New England.
Yep.
He looked really good last night, and
Yeah.
same thing with your man in Indianapolis,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones,
He's like
who
a
was
beast.
horrendous with the Giants.
He's like a
I mean, they ran him out of there in spite of paying him all that money, and he's been one of the better quarterbacks in the league this year.
Yeah,
And you know
he's
what?
been
That
amazing.
a lot of people are surprised by it. I'm not. I think there's just certain people in the world who thrive once they get removed from the New York metropolitan area
Yeah.
and just being away from. It is a different media environment. There still are many newspapers and other publications, and there still is that tabloid mentality where the last thing you want to do is end up being ridiculed on the back page
Yeah.
of the New York Post, as you well know, Defo, because they come up with some very clever
Oh,
headlines.
great. Yeah, no, that was a good one. Schlitt happens. This guy Schlittler, who I was reading about, it was actually debatable whether he was going to be the third starter. What a gem this guy pitched last night. He goes 8 innings, gives up 5 hits, no runs, 12 strikeouts, no walks.
And what a miracle, because Aaron Boone didn't pull him when his pitch count hit 100 or whatever it was, right? So
exactly. He finally did a
he
smart move,
learned
Aaron Boone.
from his mistake of like, oh, wow, I've got a guy who's got great stuff, who's mowing him down, who's pitching flawless baseball. Let him go a full 8 innings before we call out the closer. And he did it. Lo and behold, what do you have? The Yankees become the first team since this wild card format.
As soon as
Correct?
Sonny put that stat out, you knew it was going to happen. Yeah.
To trail 1 game to love.
Lose the
Yes.
first and come back
Yeah,
and win.
Come
Yeah.
back, and granted, the 2 of them were at home, but
Yeah.
it's not an easy task against your big rival to win
Nope.
2 in a row against the Red Sox, even if it's at home. But they did it despite the Boone handicap, and maybe Mario Cristobal and company can do it
Wow.
despite the Cristobal happen.
So
We'll
where are
talk
your
more about
seats
that.
for like $800
I think he
or
has
whatever
really
you
good
got?
seats,
Well,
actually.
let's correction. It's $952
For 2 seats?
for 2 seats,
Wow.
and at least they're not terrible. As
Do you
I
need
say.
to have like a cut man,
No.
to
So
stop the nosebleed?
apparently they've redone the stadium, but there's still no seat backs. But I think there are some sort of cushions on these bleachers now.
How is that,
I'm-
Lubie? You've been to a lot of games there.
But-
How's that stadium?
It's
Is it fun?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you're
they've
talking to the wrong guy. Like,
they've reduced the
It's my
capacity.
heaven.
It used to be 80,000.
Yeah.
Since they've refurbished it, it's only 67,000 seats, which now makes the tickets even more
More money,
lucrative
yes.
and more.
Imagine it
premium.
though, 67,000, and
It's
it's in
small.
hot demand, and you have
That's
to pay
small,
like
yeah.
500 a copy.
Yeah,
to sit
yeah.
in the
I mean,
nosebleed.
it used to be like 90,000.
Now,
And
that's-
they've
that's
done
a
like
big
3
event.
different remodels, and every time they add more boxes and they add more like VIP sections, so that it like has decreased it down to like around. I know they're saying 67, but it's supposedly more like 68 to 69.
Now-
and with standing room 70.
My seats are on the. It's section 111, and
Okay.
it's apparently between like
One sounds good.
it's like a
No, it's
third.
in the first. It's in the
Yeah.
first.
I'm in row 20, so 20 rolls.
That sounds
up
really
above the
good,
Which is
yeah,
good. You want
yeah.
to be a little up because you don't want to be right
Yeah.
on the field. You can only
Right on the
see
field is too
where you
flat.
are. It sort of
Yeah.
sucks being
There
right
were
on the
some
field.
seats that were cheaper in row 80. I don't think I
You
could
don't wanna be
make
that
it
high.
up.
Don't that
I
high
might
is nuts.
fall. It might be an
No,
incident that
you
you
don't-
see
yeah.
on TV.
You don't
Can't
wanna
you
be
drop
that
in from the
Yeah.
top there? I mean,
Old man tumbles.
I've watched a lot from up top at
Ro-
Hard Rock.
is,
and it's
Trump
rough.
going to the game? What's going on there?
No, he has no
This is not a
affiliation with
Trump-
either of these schools.
It's not a
Thank
Trump
God.
kind of game.
No, but the again, row 20, section 111 is somewhere between. It's not in the end zone because I hate the end
See,
zone.
I love the end zone.
I'm in between. I think it's like the 30. It's about like the 20. In
The
between
end zone sucks to watch the game, but I love
25.
the end zone as a fan because it's the student section, and the thing that Defo experienced that when you're over the age of 20, you don't really want to do it again where you stand the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do it at FSU. I want to stand the whole time. When people start sitting, it pisses me off. And the only place to really do that is the end zone. So whenever I would go as a student, I would
Where's the
be
student section?
the end
zone? Yeah.
zones, the end zones all the way
I
to
don't
like
mind
the
end zone
quarter
seats.
pole.
I used to have season tickets to the Dolphins. They gave it to me because I was doing these announcements out on the field. So they gave me like 4 tickets, and they were in like section 130 end zone.
End zone.
I enjoyed sitting there. It wasn't
I mean,
bad.
that's where you get a lot of the real fans. That's my thing. You know,
half
like,
the
I'm
game you're in
limited.
great shape, and
Yeah.
the other half the game you're
When it's
feel
down there,
like,
you can't
an
see
idiot.
anything,
Yeah.
but whatever.
So
But for you, for paying that much money, yes, I wouldn't want to sit in the end zone. That sounds like in the air, like around the
it's
side.
like the side,
which is
you
like
get a good vantage
solid.
point towards one of the end zones, especially.
Well, you also get a
and-
lot of you'll get the student, but you can also, if you want to sit down, they're not going to mock you or look at you like you're a jerk off. So Like, because if you're in the student section, you sit down,
No,
they make you feel really bad. Like,
no,
they
I'm too
will
old for
embarrass
that. No, I'm in the real people, the old people.
you. Yeah, the
seats.
older
I think it's
generations,
on the
yes.
visitors' sideline, so I'm behind the UM bench.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm looking forward to it.
You're
'cause
not driving there, are you?
Yes.
I am in the morning.
Yeah, that's a drive, man.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, first
The
of all,
problem is there's no flight, and now supposedly TSA is a freaking disaster. So like, I wouldn't want to get on a flight.
I don't want to
in
be
the middle of
anywhere
all
near
Is the government still shut down?
Yeah,
this.
yes. And
See, I really do believe that we're on the right track, though. I think
Yes, you were.
America
You
is
nailed it
becoming
this
great
morning.
again.
You nailed it. This
It was great. I mean, everything is going well. I mean, everybody's happy.
so I'm driving up at the crack of dawn. It's a 7:30 p.m.
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I figure if
you
I
got
get
time.
into
You're not a
Tallahassee,
tailgater.
After driving all day, though, you want to go to a game and
That's
spend
a
like
lot.
9
Well,
hours at a game?
I
That's a
have
lot.
that little respite period where I'm going to get up there at about 3 p.m.
Yeah, you can.
I'm snoring at a house of somebody that I've never met, but I know his brother, and it's like a family home in Tallahassee.
So
of
you're going to
somebody.
crash for a while?
But is someone living there, or is this like
Yeah.
an empty house?
It's a whole house where is a very nice gentleman. Mark Harris is his name. His mom lives in Tallahassee, and
Oh,
his
okay.
mom is actually an observant Jew. He was telling me that he drove up with his family to break the fast up there, and I
in
was like,
Tallahassee.
I was like, "There's good bagels in Tallahassee." He says, "Yeah, there's actually a couple of places that
El
makes
bagel.
a
Is it
decent
El
bagel."
bagel or bagel?
No,
Stop in
that's Miami.
Gainesville at Jason
No,
Cole's
there's
place.
some bagel. What the heck?
No,
Yeah,
he-
honestly,
he,
you
said
should
it was
stop in
it was
Cole.
some pastry shop.
You
That
should
he-
stop at Cole's place. I want to stop at Jason Cole's bagel place.
We have to
so
go there.
bad. Like,
We have to do a show
in
from Gainesville
Like, I want to do
at a
so
bagel
bad.
shop in Gainesville owned
Like,
by
I
a
think-
former colleague
the
of
way
yours
back,
and ours. Yeah.
on Monday morning when I drive back, I might
You
stop
should.
in
You
at
really should.
Cole's
You
bagel
have
shop.
to. Is
You
that on the
have
way in
to.
Gainesville?
It is.
Yeah, no,
yes.
Gainesville's
I
literally
drive
on
right
the way.
by.
Gainesville's literally on the way.
We
It's
have a
easy. Like, it's
2
easy
p.m.
get off and easy get on.
We have a 2 p.m. show in Hollywood on
Yeah,
Monday.
no,
I
that's the
think-
only problem. But like,
and that I don't want to. It'll probably
Cutting
be
it
a
close would suck.
45-minute detour, and I don't want to.
because you got to stop. You're gonna.
I think you ought to
kill it.
just stop
I think
there
you sort of
and
have
park
to. I'm
just
yourself
do the
there.
show
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I could just.
If you
drive
want,
home.
you.
I mean, a bagel shop in Gainesville is a novelty, isn't it? I mean, are there any Jews in Gainesville? I would
Oh
say
yeah, there's lots
yes.
in the school. I mean, it's
I would
UF.
say 0.0.
No,
No.
Gainesville,
Oh.
no, but UF.
Oh,
is
UF has
very
yeah.
big Jewish
Every
population.
city has some Jewish population,
But I mean,
and
Gaines, it's a college
They're
town in
everywhere,
Florida.
is what
It's-
you said.
Tallahassee
yes, yes.
again. This thank you to Mark Harris again. I know his brother Evan Goldman from back when I was a news columnist, and it's funny when you throw something out on Facebook and I say, "Hey, I need a couch
Well,
to
you get
just crash on,"
responses. Yeah, you get responses.
and I actually got a valid response. And they're nice enough to, I'm going to drive up there, get up there. They're going to the stadium. They have a parking pass at like 3:30 p.m. So I'm going to ride over and then go to my daughter's apartment and just lay down for like 2 hours in her bed. And then we'll hit the game. It's going to be fun. 7:30 p.m. We can discuss the particulars of the game a little bit later, Lubie. The game will be part of our contest. this
Louis is
week.
excited about
And
this.
why don't we get the contest out of the way early this time? Because Joe Beja is away this week. We've got him in.
No Joe B.
Joe B is in New Orleans having a great time
Oh,
with his
nice, man.
former college buddies. And I forgot whether he said he hasn't been there in a long time, and some of them have never been. And I sent them a list of restaurants to check out and other
Joe
places.
B. I mean, he's going to love this. He's never been to New Orleans. You're saying?
I forgot what he said. Did he say he's been a couple of
he
times?
said he's been. It's just been a really long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, he's been. He said
I
he's
sent
been like
him-
3 times. He said, I think.
But I guess he's going with some people who have never been. Some
Yeah,
of his
Wow.
frat
yeah,
brothers.
yeah.
I forgot.
You can't take in all the good food there. I mean, the professor mentioned it this morning that you could go to a gas station and get a good meal.
Are they
Yes.
going? Is it because the Saints are playing the Giants, or are they playing the
Yeah,
Raiders, or what's
the
happening?
Giants and Saints,
Saints are
playing.
playing the Giants.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's why he's going.
Yeah,
He's a
and,
big
and
New
they're
York
all
fan.
around the country, so it's like in the middle of the country. They're all Giants fans, and they also it's New Orleans.
And believe it or not, the Saints are favored over the Giants. That
Oh, wow.
amazes me.
Hey, you know what? Why don't we first talk about what's coming up here at Gulfstream, which is on the Saturday, October 18th, is the next big Taste at the Track event, which Joe puts together spectacularly. All of them have been sellouts. You want to get your tickets today. The next one coming up again Saturday, October 18th, starting at noon. And the theme this month is a Caribbean rum festival.
Yes.
All kinds of great rum libations, along with great kind of Caribbean dishes. He sent me the menu last week, and I will dig it out. But the bottom line is, get your tickets now. The VIP, I mean, talk about a great value, because there you can all day of eating and drinking and really good cocktails, mixed cocktails, pre-batched, along with some rum that you could sip. It's a beautiful time. And go online now to gulfstreampark.com, and you'll either see the big banner where you could click on to get the tickets, or do gulfstreampark.com gulfstreampark.com/events, and it'll take you right to the site where you can buy the tickets. $85 for the VIP. I believe it's only $60 for the general admission, which opens at 1 p.m. If you get there earlier at 12 p.m., you get kind of the first crack at all the great tables,
some extra alcohol,
and you can stay there all day. You also get the great. You get a $2 betting voucher and a program, so you could turn that $2 into hundreds if you're lucky. And all these things and more. It's going to be a great time at Gulfstream Park. Again, gulfstreampark.com/events. And I'm trying to look up the menu because Joe B and Chef Jason, they take great pride in the stuff that they put together. And what do we got? We've got the Rum and Caribbean menus right here. It is going to be multiple tables as usual. Here we go. They got a shrimp rasta pasta.
Oh, nice.
They've got beef pionino, which I don't even know what a pionono is. Oh, you got the foodie stuff. Jamaican beef patties.
Nice. Well, I love patties.
They've got Cuban sandwiches, mojo roasted pork.
Oh, they really are. So they really are doing the
pimento cheese,
Caribbean.
bocadillos, ham croquetas, escovitch fish, which is the fish that has the kind of peppers and pickled onions on top of it. Arroz con gandules, which is the rice with peas, right?
Yes. Yep.
Conch chowder, and all kinds of great rum cocktails, including a raspberry mojito, a spiced rum punch, a Santa Teresa Old Fashioned, Cuba Libre.
And when is it again?
Saturday, October 18th is the date.
Okay, so
GulfstreamPark.com/events. It's going to be a sellout. Get your tickets now. And then the following day, we'll talk about it during the contest. We're going to do our next brunch bash.
Nice.
Let's take the first break.
Let's do it.
We'll gather ourselves, and we're going to get ready for the contest. You know what month it is, Defo?
It's October.
October.
We're
so
in
that
October
means
already.
it's a little late, actually, for Oktoberfest, because Oktoberfest, for some reason,
When's Halloween? I've seen
October
everybody-
31st every year.
Wow, I mean, people are putting up decorations like it was Christmas.
They started like 2 weeks ago.
Am I a little complex there? No, really, like a month ago. I'm thinking, did Halloween change the date or something?
People can't see.
My dog gets scared every time he goes by this one house. He freaks out. They got a black cat out there, all kinds of crazy
You and me, my friend, we don't want to speed up life. We think it's going fast enough.
I agree.
For whatever reason, everybody wants to put the push the fast forward button on these holidays. So, like you said, you start seeing the pumpkin spice in August. You start seeing the Halloween decorations on Labor Day.
September,
you start seeing the Thanksgiving turkeys on Halloween. You start seeing the
Christmas
menorahs and the Christmas.
The minute Halloween's over, they're going to start doing Christmas. They skip Thanksgiving now, and which pisses me off because it's like my favorite holiday. So it's like really annoying. Like Shirley wants to start getting trees and stuff. I'm like, it's freaking October. It's literally November 1st. We're not getting a tree November 1st.
I oppose all this rush.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I did buy a heirloom pumpkin, which is one of those pumpkins that has all those crazy warts on it.
Nice.
But I didn't buy it until October 1st. I just wait until it's the actual month. I saw Halloween candy on display.
It's been out for like a month. They've had that at like Walmart.
I am waiting until it gets BOGO.
You're going until November 5th.
No, I'll get it. There's a sweet spot, so to speak, of buying your candy. Yeah. And I go and I get it at the wholesale club because it's even when BOGO happens at Publix, it's still a lot cheaper to buy the 200-piece bag at the BJ's wholesale club. I've got this down to a science, especially now that Val with her grandkids, we got to make sure we got a lot of candy around the house.
Yeah, for sure.
For a diabetic like me, not so good. Yeah, but these are the things we try to keep things under wraps and not open those bags of candy until somewhere around.
That's the problem. If you buy it too early, you're gonna open candy. You have to get it like closer to Halloween.
Do you have that? Do you have that problem? Do you ever buy the Halloween candy and end up finishing it?
Oh,
Halloween?
I used to. I don't anymore because there are no kids in my neighborhood. It's great. And I wouldn't answer the door anyway. I used to do the honor system years ago when I had the house where some kids would come by.
Please take one.
Yeah, and the fat kid, the first 5 fat kids emptied the bucket, and I realized that was a waste of time.
But now with these Ring cameras, you can
watch and yell at
catch them red-handed, and then
I really don't have much interest in busting a fat kid.
Shame them on social media. That seems.
You know what I do now? I just have an ICE agent sort of.
Oh no.
pop out of the
That's
door.
actually a great costume.
Yeah,
I don't even think. But you're gonna freak people out because they're gonna think you're real.
That
because
is
you don't know if they're real or not.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly,
right. So I mean, it could be real, it could not be.
both
That's
exceptionally
kind of what
cruel.
Halloween is the premise of. We don't know. Is it real?
So what you're saying is if
The
like
monster.
some kid came dressed as Bad Bunny,
No, Jesus.
Boom.
Boom,
the
man,
Super
he's
Bowl
gone,
performer.
man. He's in the canal. Yeah.
even though Puerto Rico is part of the United States,
is.
people,
It is.
don't let facts get in the way of a good narrative.
Professor
So-
Brilliant today about Danica Patrick.
No, that was
and,
classic.
the fact that she's
You may hear
critical
that-
of Bad Bunny. This is a woman that never drove a car 3 laps in a race without crashing it. Never voted in her
The
lifetime.
last year.
She's worried about who's singing the halftime show. At,
Is she
and
still
Louie and I
going
used
out
to,
with-
we used to get a
No,
big
no,
kick out of going to the halftime show at the Super
the
Bowl. They would always have
pregame.
whoever was in the halftime show, whether it was Lady Gaga or
Mhm.
Beyonce.
Mhm.
And we would always go to that press conference because it was such a stroke job
Yep.
that literally
Kevin Frazier
Kevin Frazier
That's
was
his
the
name.
guy, yeah, and he would always have the first
Kevin
question,
Frazier is
like he was Helen
from
Thomas.
Access Hollywood. He was
Entertainment
on
Tonight.
Sports Center before Entertainment.
Entertainment Tonight. Oh, and he would what?
He would be
go
like-
into
He would
the-
get up and do the
What
first
was the
stroke
one
job
with
question.
DC, the press corps, the one that the famous reporter that
Helen
always,
Thomas.
Helen Thomas would
Yeah.
always get the first question. Kevin, we went for like 5 years straight just to see
What kind of
just to see if it would really be Frazier. And
beat job
Frazier would
question the guy
always
would
get
ask? Yeah,
the
it was
first
great,
question was always the stupidest, most fluff question ever.
Stroke Job City. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
You know, I went,
Lady Gaga was cool though when she
Gaga
did
was
that
great. She
thing.
was like- she
was
like caught
great.
a ball
She just
with a
said,
grab
like,
shark.
hey, listen, Kevin, what kind of
Yeah,
ridiculously stupid question is that?
I miss those days. You know, when you'd go to the Super Bowl and there was actually like newspaper journalists and radio
radio
people
hosts,
from
yeah.
around
No,
the
we liked
country.
it. We used to go to the Goodell press conference because it was such BS,
That was
and
fun
then
'cause
we
people
always went
boo.
to the entertainment
Every
halftime
time.
show press conference because it was like
Good
totally a
Like
departure
a
from
BJ.
anything else that you were used to. They
There was
would
some-
literally do it like this.
Well,
I mean, Kevin Frazier's first question, I can still see him standing up there going,
Beyonce one.
"Oh, Beyonce, can you believe these people are saying that you lip synced the national anthem because you didn't know the words? How ridiculous!" And it was like I
She
said when
clearly lip-synced.
Hank Goldberg used to get like he would have Hitler on the show and say, "Hey, listen, Adolf, you're getting a bad rap with the Jews." After kind of knocking the guy
For
I
like
mean,
10 years. Yeah,
as soon
that's
as he
classic.
had him on, it was like Stroke
Yeah, it
City.
was-
Yeah,
I
it
think
was-
I've
Sweet.
stopped listening, but no, it's all good. We
Yes.
love Hank. Look, there's certain things
Oh,
you
Hank
got to
was
do
great,
to
but,
No,
make
Hank was
uh,
classic,
set.
but he would always do
But he
it.
would be
Always
ripping
like
a guy forever, and
By
then
the
he'd have
way-
him on the show, and then all of a sudden he was like his best friend. You know,
Speaking of the national anthem, if I ask you to rattle off right now, could anybody do that? Oh, say can you see by
do the
dawn's
whole
early
thing,
light
probably.
what so proudly
No one
we
wants me to do
hailed
it.
at
My
the
singing's
twilight's
not
last
great.
gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, while the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare.
no, the words,
Bonzo.
the lyrics,
I
actually,
got
it
it.
just came out. They were changed by executive order.
I don't want
no
to hear
longer,
what it is.
no longer. The anthem is no longer the anthem. Yeah.
All right, let us take our
Let's
first
get to that
break.
break. Yes, sir.
We'll talk some food because I had a couple of good food experiences yesterday, and I know Val is going to your place over the weekend when I'm gone.
What's that?
She's going with a friend to the vault up in.
Oh,
Oh, the
nice.
ball's good.
Pompano.
Yeah, you know what? It's a
Pompano.
little different. The menu is kind of odd because I've been going there for happy hours, but they don't do the food on a happy hour. But the menu is actually constructed as a happy hour menu
Okay.
because you can get the small portion or the large. Price is extremely reasonable.
Nice.
I would have to say I had a shrimp cake there. I asked the bartender to surprise me. I was debating whether to get the meatball or a shrimp cake.
Okay.
Right? I was curious to try the shrimp cake, but I'm always a little leery of these things.
Yeah.
And I have to say it was very flavorful, like subtly flavorful. A lot of their
Okay.
stuff is like that.
Nice.
So it was a good
It's a
place.
sign of a good place. When
Good
the-
drinks
when
too.
the food
and
has
they do the
flavor.
drinks
That's
right.
Yeah, that's a
usually
win.
one thing I
Yeah.
look for. In a
That's a
restaurant.
win. Yes, sir.
Hey, before we take our first break, speaking of food and flavor,
I
it's
did hit
gonna-
Reno's last night for the first time.
Oh.
Up in Boca.
not Reno,
Not
our
Reno
friend at
Ciabatta.
Heritage.
No, Reno's.
right.
It's,
Well, let's talk
an
about
Italian
first.
joint.
I want to talk about food and flavor explosion at a festival. That is going to be the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Believe it or not, we're already into the last quarter of 25. It means it's time to start thinking about holiday gifts.
Yep.
And the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival has now become a highlight of the foodie calendar in January. It's a little bit 1 week later this year than usual because of the big college championship game, which is going to be on January 19th. That is going to be the kickoff night also of the festival with our friend Reno at Heritage, the annual very nice select.
Oh, he's first
exclusive
up on
dinner.
that?
Yeah,
He's
he always
Oh,
first
that's
up for that
nice.
Monday.
That
yeah.
is the tradition of the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine
Did you ever
Festival.
get your ticket for that?
I have not, because
yeah.
the dinner tickets have not been placed on sale
Oh,
yet.
okay.
The full dinner lineup is going to be announced very soon, but you can get tickets for some of the big events like the Grand Tasting, which is going to be on Saturday, January 24th.
Nice.
The Walk and Roll event, which we usually broadcast
Thursday, yeah.
live from on that Thursday night.
Yeah.
Again, whole week of lineups. Go online to vlfoodwine.com now. Get your tickets. Again, some good value, early pricing there before it all sells out. That Grand Tasting, the VIP tickets are already sold out.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
they are moving the product, and it's a great gift for the food lover in your life. Get your tickets now.
Phil and Kate have done a great job
Yeah.
with that. How
No,
many
they
years
really
has that
have.
been going?
It's about. They had a little interruption during COVID, but I think this is going to be the 6th or 7th
Oh,
festival
yeah. I mean,
overall.
imagine that
Yeah.
you're already sold out.
Yeah, that's
months
amazing.
in advance.
They do a great
Great.
job of organizing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wait till you see this dinner lineup. Again, going to be small dinners throughout the week at some of the
Throughout
best
Broward County.
restaurants in town. And again, vlfoodwine.com to get your tickets for the bigger events, and you'll see the full lineup events on the website soon. vlfoodwine.com. All right, let's take the first break. I got to cash this ticket. $1
There you go.
try comes back $27.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So,
Good for you.
well, actually, I put $10 into the race, so it's not
Oh,
that
you're up
great.
17.
But
You tripled your
Still
money.
up.
it's something. All right, we'll be back on the Lunchbox, and we'll have a contest after
Why
these
has
words.
Monticello canceled racing? You're going to find that out, too.
When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, It's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years. Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Great seafood and more at Mignonette Miami. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood at 210 Northeast 18th Street, close to the Arch Center and Heat Arena. Mignonette is open every day for dinner, and it serves the freshest fish and raw bar items with a daily selection of the finest oysters around. Chef owner Danny Surfer and his team are eager to please. Mignonette is Michelin Guide recommended and Lunchbox approved. For reservations and information, go to mignonnettemiami.com.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. There is racing action today, live and across the country via simulcast. Going to have live racing all weekend. And we're also going to have a contest that involves racing right here at Gulfstream Park tomorrow. Are you ready for the contest yet?
Yeah, let's go.
You know what? I've kind of been out of it because I usually sit out the segment there due to the lack of headsets and chairs when Joe's on. Although I really love Joe Beja, but so I've missed the last few contests.
Well, this one is it's kind of for you because
Okay.
you are involved in one of the clues here. So
Oh, yeah.
That can't be favorable.
Jesus,
Oh, sure.
it's going to be a
All
good
right.
one.
Does it involve any criminal activity?
No. This involves
All right.
things that you like, places that you liked in the past.
Okay.
And it's a current restaurant. Let me just call up the clues here. It is time for the weekly Lunchbox Gulfstream 10 Palms Sunday Brunch giveaway.
Nice.
You emailed the answer to the this week's restaurant trivia questions along with a horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race. And this week, because I'm still a little bit iffy on the turf because it's supposed to rain a lot, the feature race is going to be on the turf, but I shied away from that. I'm going with race number 10, and it's 11-horse field, so it should be wide open.
Wow.
And it's going a mile and 16th on the all-weather track. It's a claiming race, but it's got a $32,000 purse. Race number 10, numbers 1 through 11. And guess what this week's tiebreaker is, fellas?
Dolphins, Carolina.
No.
The game in
Oh,
Tallahassee.
FSU,
tomorrow night.
Miami.
Yeah, the
okay.
shirt that I'm wearing. I'm
He's
an
gonna be
FSU
at the
dad.
game.
I
I'm
didn't
going
even
to be
notice that.
cheering.
Wow.
I'm not changing the shirt all weekend. It's
There
going to
you
be pretty ranked by the end.
Were you a UM fan, or are you're kind of anti all of the local
He's not a
teams?
college
Yeah,
fan.
yeah,
When
yeah.
I was I never grew up with college football. I grew up in the Northeast.
Okay.
And I went to a Division III non-scholarship school that did have a football team, the Tufts Jumbos, but it wasn't much of one. So, but when I got down here and I became, I was a sports writer and a columnist, and I would go around to all the big three schools because it was when they were all winning national championships and always competing every year. Guess which team I liked the most?
The Gators.
No, it couldn't have been the Gators. No, it couldn't have been the Gators.
That was the Spurrier age.
No, it
I
couldn't have been the
loved to
Gators.
hate,
Couldn't have been the
Spurrier hated me as almost as much as
Gators.
you.
Yeah, he hated
No,
Defo.
I was
They
an enemy of the
hated
state
Defo.
there.
They hated Defo.
I
I made
respected
sure
Spurrier.
that I exacerbated the situation by constantly
I
digging in.
hated covering games in Gainesville. I hated having to deal with Gainesville players before they didn't make anybody available. They were all under lock and key. They never said anything
It was a
interesting.
strange paranoid organization.
UM at that time was interesting, and it was what's after Erickson? What came after Dennis
Butch.
Erickson? Butch Davis
Davis.
was there.
Butch
Yeah,
Davis, yes.
and that was interesting.
Well, he at least was a nice guy.
That whole era was great.
Butch was good.
He was a fun
Butch
guy.
was great.
It was good to go down there and cover things.
Yeah.
And he
Butch is a very
He
interesting
got
guy.
it,
He
like-
was a golf coach at one time.
He is
A
an
college
interesting
golf
guy.
coach.
And
Yes.
And you would have a drinking game with Butch because anytime that you go have a press conference or listening to him, anytime he used the word truly, you would take a shot. I truly believe
Oh, yeah,
that our
yeah.
guys are truly going to give the
He's an
greatest
engaging
efforts.
speaker, though, Butch.
Well, he's
He
having
really
on all the
was,
time.
yeah.
I really like Butch.
But number one on my chart was the FSU Seminoles because of
Okay.
one
Oh,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Bowden.
As a
Bobby
newspaper guy, like
Yeah,
Deepa was
yeah.
saying the other day.
I
Like,
love Bowden.
he's like, let him in. And he was there for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just shooting
I
crap.
couldn't believe that. That was one of the most entertaining experiences I had in all my years of covering sports.
So here's how talk about laid back and a guy who was comfortable with his legacy and he didn't give a crap about it. I mean, he was
He really didn't.
insulated but in the best way, because like he's a good coach. Yeah, some of his players got in trouble, but dadgummit, he would mentor his kids, and some of them would turn out all right. He'd give second chances, and maybe he was a little too lenient. But Craig Barnes was my colleague at the Sun Sentinel, who was extremely tight with Bowden. And once Bowden learned that I was from the Sun Sentinel, and Craig Barnes vouched for me.
Barnes was almost a little bit along the
he's
Charles
nuts.
Bricker line, though.
No, Barnes is nuts.
Yeah,
but
he was very strange. He could turn on you in a second.
He was old school in that he was very tight with certain people in sports. George Steinbrenner being one. So if you ever needed anything Yankees.
Steinbrenner was a great guy, actually, away from
racing.
like the Yankees. I got to know him through horse racing, and he couldn't have been any cooler of a guy, actually.
So my first experience, I remember when I had been promoted to columnist, and I went up before one of the big games. I think I got into town on a Wednesday or Thursday doing some advance work, and not only were practices open like to the media, but like Bowden is up on this little coaching tower.
The tower.
Yeah.
The tower was classic.
He just waved me up. He says, "Come on up, Mike."
Oh, you
and I
can go
climb
up
the tower, and I'm just
oh my God,
standing
you were in the
next to
Bobby
him.
Tower?
Next to him
You
for
were
like
never in the tower.
for like a 30 minutes of a practice, and he's just like going over some stuff and talking.
It was great.
Giving me the skinny on who's good and what they're looking for, and then one time, like kickoff, it was like one of these night games at 7:30. And he had, his coach, his little lair was up like just steps above the stadium, but you could get up. I remember I was in his coach's lair with Barnes like 10 minutes before kickoff of a big game, and he's just like popping some peanuts and boiled peanuts.
It was great.
Swigging soda, and he's just like as relaxed as could be. I love the guy, and like it just goes to show that you don't have to be some stuck-up hard ass to coach football and be successful at it. And, in that case, everybody at that point was saying it was really his coordinators, Mickey Andrews, and I forget who the other
Mickey
guy.
Andrews, though, made a case for like inbreeding, didn't he? Just looking at the guy. I mean, he was a decent guy, but there was something up there. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
I love your Mickey Andrews.
All of which is a roundabout way of saying that I've always had a fondness for FSU. I'm so glad that my daughter is now a Seminole and not a Gator.
You'll be yelling and screaming at this game then.
Because I've always been a Gator hater. And UM is great, but you know what? The annual tuition there without room and board is about $82,000 a year.
Well, you just seen this thing come out that FSU is actually now considered a better academic institution than UM.
It has gotten very, very
so to pay that money for UM,
and
and it's like in the 60s
private
nationally.
schools.
UM is a private party school for all the Ivy League rejects from the Northeast.
Is that what I don't know what I don't know what it is. Like Danny Surfer, all these Miami guys grew up either wanting to go there or going there. I never had any interest. Like I'm a South Floridian. I didn't mind UM. I spent my life going down there because my grandparents lived 5 minutes from UM. And my grandfather was an alum. My grandmother volunteered there. So I had no negativity toward UM, but I would never, I'm like, why would I want to stay here? I like to go to UM. Like, the campus is tiny. It's in the middle of the city. Like it's not collegey at all. So like,
but they had
I never got
kick-ass college football team.
They had a great football team.
I would say this though too, that in spite of the fact that we're now governed by Ron DeSantis, and that in general the educational system here is in public schools is not necessarily rated very highly. The college system,
the university,
is very good.
It's very good.
The state college system is excellent and very affordable. Whether you do the early payment or not,
that prepaid plan is the best thing.
UCF supposedly is considered top 100 now. Florida State's top 50. Florida, I think, top 25.
I could not have been any more satisfied.
Yeah,
with
for public universities, and I think overall, FSU was 51 and UF was like 28.
I didn't see where they are,
and that's like in the latest U.S. News and World
Report
big. For like all schools.
They put FSU with Wake Forest. Wake Forest is a really good school.
It's gotten better. And look, so I am proud to be an FSU dad. I am proud to go into the stands tomorrow and openly be rooting for.
I've never heard of you rooting.
I never used
cheering. You hate everybody.
Because Defo roots a little. He doesn't root a lot, but he roots a little. Like you don't root at all.
And UM, look, if they win and they prove that they're as good as their ranking, then fine. Then they're in the hunt. But I really think FSU has a big shot tomorrow.
Of course,
no doubt about it.
They definitely have a shot. Yeah. Look, the loss. A lot of people have said the loss will center them, and I'm not totally denying that. Like, it's just annoying to see how they lost. It's not that they lost.
Miami is suspect always due to the crystal ball factor.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have lost that Gator game with the Gators playing horribly the entire game. And they were in a situation where they could have easily fallen behind 14-13 in spite of dominating the first 3 quarters and change of the ball game. So, I mean, I was alarmed to see what happened there. The 26-7 final score, or 26. What was it? 26.
Didn't
I
tell
think
the
it's
whole story.
26-7.
Yeah, it was
And-
not indicative of
and you
how
know
that
what?
game was. Yeah.
UVA, the loss as bad as it was last week against an unranked opponent,
They
and
almost
they
won.
tumbled.
Yeah,
But UVA
There's
is a
definitely
pretty
team.
good. It's not like they're a winless school. They're
No,
4-1 now. And,
shouldn't have lost, but
and-
No,
yeah,
their
I mean, it was
offense
close,
is literally top 10 in the country.
and they had a great classic shootout overtime game. I don't think there's a shame in losing in overtime on the road in a short week. All
Professor
these
thinks
things.
that call was bad. I thought. I mean, the Zapruder film examination of the replay of that bobble in the end
See,
zone.
okay, why?
Oh
So
no, that was
what-
clearly a
what-
bobble. That
every
was not a
FSU
He,
touchdown.
he didn't have the ball.
every FSU fan thinks we got screwed, and you know me, I hate the
no way,
refs.
No,
way.
as a matter of fact,
When it happened, I'm like, yeah, he didn't catch that ball.
as a matter of
I
fact,
don't understand where the
There was a
because-
last second bobble.
because I
yeah.
guess their idea is like this thing where look, this should be the rule. If you're in the end zone, like when you cross the plane, right?
he
The
never
minute
had,
you cross the plane,
right.
if you have possession right when you cross the plane, even if you lose possession right after, it's a touchdown. But that's not how it works. We know
Right.
that's not how it works.
No, and he bobbled
It's
it
like
clearly.
they
yeah.
consider like
bobbling-
going to the ground. So even if you hold it for the last second, if while you're in the air before you go out of bounds, you bobble it, that's not a catch. And I own that. So I don't understand what FSU fans are
Several
doing
things.
there, like-
First of all, as a dispassionate observer, even though I was rooting for FSU, that clearly was bobbled
The whole
all the way.
way.
He never
The
had
whole
it.
way.
Never should have been a touchdown. And no, not only that, FSU got away with some other things that could have been called that could have ended the game. Like there should have been a pass interference call on one of those. I forget where it was. If it was in overtime.
oh, when he took the guys out.
Yeah.
Shaheem Brown
He
when
totally
tackled him.
tackled him before the ball got there.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't want to hear any whining from SU fans. You didn't get jobbed by the referees. You
No,
got
they played-
jobbed
they didn't
by
play
your
well.
defense. All right. We've taken a long
Yeah,
detour.
let's get to the
back to the
contest.
What happened in the
contest.
contest?
Yes. So I'm
We started
doing it.
talking the game.
I'm
It's
doing it
fine.
Defo style.
That's fine. We talked about the
Taking a
game. It
little
actually worked out.
circuitous. We're going back
Yeah, that
again.
worked.
We've got restaurant trivia, Gulfstream contest race 10, numbers 1 through 11, and then the tiebreaker. You give me the winner with the winning point margin and the total number of points in the UM-FSU game. That's
You're
going to
gonna
be
go winner
tomorrow night.
and total. Wow.
Well, you need, let's say, my prediction is FSU by. What did I put? Yes, like what you're going to put in is say FSU
Yeah,
by
but you're not eligible.
FSU by 5 points, 62 total points. What would you say?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm torn on this game. I think somehow I would not discount FSU. Is Miami in a position to win this game? Yes. The professor liked the over
You're talking
53,
politicians.
54
Yeah.
and a hook.
Right. So that's why I went over 62
But I don't have
points.
any like sound conviction
Lubie,
on what's going to happen.
If you have to enter the contest, what are you
No, I've
picking as
said,
your
look-
team, your margin, and your total
My
points?
team's FSU, but I
Well,
just think
FSU
the
by how
physicality of
many?
the physicality of UM, I think, is just in the end going to be the difference. And I think Miami will probably win and will cover. So win by like 6.
Okay, FSU by 6 with how many
No,
points?
UM by 6. I would say
You
UM by
said
6.
UM by 6. You're going against your own team.
I'm not going
Okay.
against it. I hate doing this, but you're making me do it.
I'm making you do
I
it.
would say like 33-27
So
UM.
do the math.
That's
Brilliant.
a 60 point,
FSU
60
grad.
point.
33-27 is 60.
Yes.
So you got UM by 6 at 60. I got FSU by 5 with 62.
There you
We'll
go.
see who gets the bragging
Look, I'm
rights.
rooting for you. I'm not. I
That's
just
it.
that game
Kickoff.
worried me.
7:30 p.m. kickoff. The game is going
I
to be
guess
on,
I'm not going
I
to the buffet.
believe, ESPN or ABC. All right. And again, you're going to send those 3 components: the restaurant, the race.
Wait, who do you?
So
What do you
what
have,
are the
Deef? Wait, what do
clues
you
here?
have?
You know
You
what?
haven't actually said
I picked Miami very tentatively. I mean, if my life depended on it, I would not feel comfortable with the rest of my life.
Mario Cristobal.
But I think they probably win the game by 7 points.
UM by 7.
And I'm going to
Total?
say, because everybody loves a high-scoring game, I'm going to go a little lower
Low.
scoring.
He's going to go 44.
Under, I'm going to say, 24-21.
That's
What is
45
that?
points.
45 points.
Okay,
you
there we go. There we have it.
That's how you do it.
We're all on the record. We'll play back whoever was
Yeah, we'll
closest.
No, I
And-
have to go a little higher with the UM total. 27-21
There you go.
to cover the
48
spread.
points.
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah, it's a
All
cover
right,
the spread.
6. Okay, now that math is mathing, that's good. You send the 3 components, and I haven't given the clues yet
No,
to
no,
the
let's go.
restaurant
Yeah,
on
let's go.
purpose because I got to tell people 2 more things. This is the longest contest on record because that's what happens when Joe B goes to New Orleans. Send
I mean,
it to
we haven't even begun this thing.
No, he's
Send
done
it
this
to
for 30 minutes.
MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, which
And
is
you
going
got
to
an
be October
11-horse
4th.
field. You want to go through the field?
No, I'm not
No,
going through
don't
the
go
field.
to
The
trainers,
one is
the jockeys.
Joe Blow, trained by Todd Pletcher and written by
MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. Another thing you can send to Mike Mayo Eats, and I got to mention this, is we're going to have our Lunchbox Sunday Brunch Bash
Yep.
later in the month on
Saturday-
Sunday,
October 19th.
October 19th, the day after the big Caribbean Taste at the Track. It's
Yep.
going to be a bang bang doubleheader that weekend.
Yep.
All the food you could eat at the buffet here, and it's at a discounted rate of $44, which is a 20% discount from the usual. If you want to come out to that Sunday brunch bash that we're having, also just send me a email, MikeMayoEats@gmail.com, with the number of people in your party and your name. And you don't even have to pay until you get out here that day, and it includes a mimosa and the all-day buffet. And we're going to be watching.
Has anybody
football.
ever stiffed Joe Beja on this?
No,
thing?
No,
we
no,
always
no.
everybody
Everyone's really
makes
good.
good. And
Everyone's really
I
good.
got to thank people because I put up the notice about the brunch bash on the Let's Eat group earlier this week. I've already got 8 people coming
Nice.
Oh,
from the
nice.
group,
Nice.
so it's
That's
already
great.
going to be a successful day with
It's a lot
some
of fun.
contest winners.
Think
I'll
about
be
this:
there.
220,000. I mean, we should have 20,000 coming out here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
I don't know,
fantastic.
I don't know if Joby wants
Yeah.
I think I'll be
The
happy
whole
with
place.
it.
It should look like the
We're gonna
Breeders' Cup.
We'll
out
have
here.
our usual
Yeah,
crew
yeah.
of about 40 to 50 people.
Oh,
It's
nice.
a lot of fun. Come on out. All right. Are we
Don
finally
Chappie's
ready?
like, hurry up, Mayo. The kickoff's about to happen.
Yeah, this is brutal this week. I apologize.
Just
My
go.
apologies.
We've made all our time.
All right, here we go for this week's contest. And I said we have a Defo angle.
All right.
We raise a stein in celebration of Oktoberfest with a local favorite. Don't blurt out any answers.
Oh, okay.
This Pompano Beach German restaurant
All right,
on
we
East
already got
Atlantic
that. Yeah,
Boulevard
yeah,
has been around since 1982, and it's a fine place to feast on Wurst, schnitzels, and other German favorites. Okay, you got that Pompano Beach.
Defo knows it. I'm trying to
Atlantic
remember the name.
Boulevard.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember the name.
There's the Defo clue. This restaurant features some of Defoe's favorites, including a liverwurst with Munster cheese sandwich
I could live without that. Trust me.
and daily breakfast prepared by the crew that once worked at the Cypress Nook.
So is that
Oh.
on
is that really a
McNabb
thing?
Road. That's a thing. They
Because
serve
Devo brought
breakfast.
it up, but I didn't
I've
know if he
been there.
confirmed it.
I've been
Oh,
there
you
for
got the
breakfast.
Nook breakfast?
I've gone there for the Nook breakfast.
And-
They serve
Oh.
it 7 days from 7
It's like
a.m. to
legit?
11:30.
Like
Boy,
the
I haven't
omelet
been
And
to
it's
that
legit.
today.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
They got
good.
some of the.
The Nook
They
breakfast.
have
is the
like
best.
some
Is
sausage.
Ilsa still there? Or she retired?
No, she retired, but the rest of the crew moved
Her daughter is a
over
very
to
lovely
this
young
The
lady.
Nook
place.
breakfast
Yeah.
was fantastic.
So the Cypress Nook breakfast lives at
Right
this
here, right here,
restaurant.
yes.
Among
All
the
right.
Give the
best
name.
breakfasts in
All
the
right.
Not give
country.
the name.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for the obtuse, but not really Mayo.
You know,
clue.
I was off on the first clue because I was thinking it was the amber you were talking
No,
about.
Yeah,
that
it's
is already-
not the Ambry.
that's on Commercial Boulevard.
I know
It's
we
in
used
that
Fort
once before,
Lauderdale,
yeah.
and we
Yeah.
used that before last Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
So this is the other German place. It's in Pompano Beach.
It's one we've talked about.
And
a
here
lot.
we go.
Always packed.
Here's
Always
the
packed.
Mayo clue.
Okay.
Chess in New Berlin,
Oh.
9. But if you think along the opposite of these board game German city clues, you may come up with the answer. Chess in New Berlin, 9. How about that one for a Mayo clue?
All right.
It kind of threw me off, actually. I thought I had the place
No,
nailed.
you know the place.
Yeah.
It's not chess,
There's
and it's
something.
not
Oh,
new,
that makes
Yeah, we
sense.
got it,
and
we
it's
got
not
it.
Berlin.
Yes,
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
it.
And
yes.
it might be the name of the city in German.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Got it.
So,
All right.
Got it.
or Deutsch, as they
You
say.
just
Speaking
gave,
of
he
Deutsch,
gave you the restaurant.
Deutsch is not Dutch. Deutsch is German.
Which is German. Yes.
Speaking of Deutsch,
Einstein, Drei,
Yeah,
Vier,
yeah.
Fünf, Sechs.
und Bier bitte.
I used to be able to count to 10 in
There
German.
we
My
go.
mother was
Your mother
German.
was German. Yeah.
Wow, that was a great contest
All right, so
recitation.
that's
It only
the
took
contest.
25 minutes.
Mike Mayo eats a Gmail.
Let's
Sorry.
hope somebody gets it, man.
Can you put a
Yeah,
stop?
come on.
I
Sonny
want
was taking notes. He's got
I
a little
want
pencil out.
Jim Sarni to put a stopwatch on that and see if that sets a Guinness
Sonny's
World
already,
Record for a
critiquing the
contest.
show on many levels.
That's okay. I can take it. Can't hit a
Too
home
many
run every day.
commercials. That's what he says. Too many
No,
commercials.
we're down
Wow.
to 2
I'll
breaks
take
now
more
in the-
commercials.
Yeah.
in
We can
the
take more
off
commercials
season.
we can get.
It's all good. Let's. Oh, before we take that,
That might be the better
commercial,
content.
You would have
than
hated our
commercials,
morning
yeah.
show because we used to do like 6 minute blocks.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before
Sarnia
we
would hate
take
it.
the second commercial break, I have to talk about Tropical Acres Steakhouse because I was in there the other night for a
Nice.
happy hour.
How was it?
On my Kol Nidre evening before I went and prayed over my poker cards
There you go.
at the Hard Rock, I had a beautiful martini. It was before the sun set, so I wasn't breaking any rules at that point.
There
I heard
you
no
go.
mention of any victories or anything.
No, I did knock out 2 players, so I got 2 bounties. I got 100 of my 200 entry fee back, but
Oh, good,
everything
good.
else
All right.
didn't go so good.
So
But
you lost half your money.
but
That's good.
I felt like I was a winner when I went to Tropical Acres for
Yep.
happy hour, and it's on tonight, 4:30 to 6:30. I got the sliders.
I love
I
that
got-
they cook them to order. Like to see medium rare
Oh,
sliders
I
is literally impossible.
requested them medium rare. They came out medium rare. Nick, the bartender, took care of me. I got my beautiful icy cold shaken Belvedere martini, and I was out the door for it was $18 for those
That's
2
great.
things
Oh,
for
nice.
a premium
It's like top
martini
level.
and 2 sirloin sliders. I had my little meal before the sun went down.
Yes.
And it was great. You can have a great experience at Tropical Acres too. I had a couple of Let's Eat South Florida fans and members came up to me. So you, Mike Mayo, like 2
That's my
different
favorite.
couples
Oh,
came up to me.
That's my favorite.
And I love when people who follow the group and actually respect my opinions. They go in there and they say they love it. It's such a great value,
Yep.
such great hospitality, all the things you
No, you
want.
can't beat that.
out of
That's
a
a good
restaurant.
happy hour. Wow.
Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road. They still got the Twin Lobster special. You can even get it tonight, $39.
That would have been the way to break
Solid.
the fast, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
if
don't
they
have to tell
have
me twice. I
like
would
a
have.
Yom Kippur
Prime
crowd in
rib.
there.
I mean, they would.
Can't
Yeah.
beat the prime
Jack,
rib.
Jack
Never
was
mind
great.
your bagel and cream cheese, Lubie.
Twin
I'm going for the
lobster.
twin
I'm
lobster.
a little
And it's
frustrated,
not too
actually.
early. You can get in for the Thanksgiving
Man.
Day. They are open on Thanksgiving. Cut out all the hard work and the shopping and the cleaning up. Just go to Tropical Acres for Thanksgiving. Give them a call today, 954-989-2500. Make your reservation for this weekend or for Thanksgiving or any of the other upcoming holidays. They are going to be open. Usually they're open on Christmas. I forget it always. It's New Year's Eve and Christmas Day. So go give them a call. And they're open every day but Sunday during the rest of the year. We love Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's take that final break, and we'll come back and call it a day and go gamble our brains out on Keeneland and Gulfstream.
The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're still talking about that Rams 49ers finish, and I say it's pretty clear. You know, McVay owns up and says, I blew it. I shouldn't have done it. And I'm saying it's pretty clear that he had money on the Niners plus 350 on the money line.
Well,
and that explains everything.
Fans, Sheldon G posted a ticket that was bet at the Hard Rock. I don't know if it was his. I hope not. It was a $40,000 parlay ticket.
Oh, God.
$40,000 to win 160.
He puts up insane.
To win 160. It involved the Dodgers and 2 guys on the Dodgers, Ohtani and Mookie Betts getting a hit.
Nice.
So we had that.
Okay.
And then the 4th leg was the Rams to win.
Just to win.
Straight up. All they had to do was win. So if they make that yard and they go in and they win, whoever made that bet, whether it was Sheldon or somebody else that he knew or whatever, he had a copy of the ticket. Wins 120,000. Instead, they lose 40 grand.
Oh God!
How about if they just make a yard?
How about if they just kick the field goal, tie it up, and then roll the dice for the rest of the way in overtime?
Well, I mean, obviously that would have been better than losing at this point. But you know what? With 3 minutes left in the game, in overtime, I can't really knock McVay for going for it. And then there are times in ball games where it's not necessarily the last play or the last call you make, where you just have to show, hey, if we don't make this 1 yard, then we don't deserve to win the game.
You know what?
It's an old
so
school
the other
mentality.
team, it would have been sudden death after that,
Yes.
and all they would have needed was a field goal.
And they were moving the ball.
With the new kickoff rules, they might get the ball at the 40 to 35-yard line. They only have to go 30, 40 yards.
And again, if you get a pass interference or something like that, yes,
something like that,
he's playing
so then you end up
percentages.
losing.
He's a new guy. He's playing percentages.
It shows a mindset, and the mindset is, I'm an idiot. I'm a schmuck. It's a divisional rival. Tie the game up. Don't get cute.
But
It's
you
those
still
same
are in a bad position at that point.
He's showing he believes in
Yeah.
his team, and look, the guy's won Super Bowl, so I give him a little bit of
Sometimes you
grace.
just have to take a shot there.
I just like that he. See, here's my thing. You're worried about what he did. I don't care. A lot of the time, things just don't work. Fine. To me, it's how you handle it. I like that he, after the fact, owned up to it.
Yeah.
To me, his team will rally around that as opposed to the Mike McDaniel effect when he's always like,
well, you know
hamana. Like,
How do you think you'd feel if you had that $40,000 parlay ticket and you just needed them to kick the
punching
field
the
goal
wall.
and you just wanted to
I
extend
feel
the
like
game,
Ken defending.
and then maybe you get
Well,
a
actually,
pick?
you would have had to push because there was no winner. Yeah.
No, the push doesn't.
But he'd
help you.
win.
The
Remember,
push,
he'd
you
win.
lose.
You wouldn't have lost the parlay.
No, but the
you
parlay, if you get
you
a
would have
push,
cashed for far less.
you just get a less cash.
Oh,
yeah.
you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, the guy must have jumped
He
out of
must
the
have
building.
hated
This isn't like when the guy used to come into the bar with the parlay
Oh my
cards.
God!
And
Can you
all
imagine
ties
being
lose.
that guy and you see him
And all you
line
need
up
is the field
on
goal.
fourth and was it 4th and 1?
Fourth and
Suppose it
one.
was fourth and one,
Fourth
yeah.
and one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why.
But I mean, imagine being that guy to have the 40,000 to put up in the first place on a silly
Yes.
fourth
This
element.
this is
farm.
why I can't gamble on sports. It's why I like horse racing. It's over in 2 minutes, and then
you're done.
you just call the
Yeah.
jockey
Although
a
I took
pinhead
a
and-
beat yesterday that I still can't imagine how I lost this photo. You ever watch a race and you swear, "Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
My horse got up by a miracle
Yeah.
at the last second," and you're looking, and it was a horse on the inside, and then they put the other horse up, and I was like, "My God, that's not possible!" And of
Where
course,
was this, at Fairmont or some
This
screwy
was
place?
no, yesterday at Belmont at Aqueduct.
Belmont? Oh,
It looks
Those
to
are
me
real.
like the inside horse gets up, and I'm thinking that was a miracle because he was stiff the whole way.
they're playing around with the angles now. It used to be like that was straight up Aqueduct. You could tell who was winning and losing.
Maybe I was rooting. I don't know, but and of course
Which race
my
was
horse
it?
that I needed that was one of the early races, fourth or fifth.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the replay.
One of the early races, and and I had a big daily double. Of course, it would have been a 7-5 double.
So
5 wins in the back end of that.
So your 5 got nosed out, and you
No,
thought
the
you won?
7 in the race before I got nosed out by the 6.
7 and the 6.
And,
I'm gonna look up. I'm
yeah.
gonna look it up. I'm gonna
It
watch
might
it.
have been the 5th race.
All right.
Something like
And can
that.
we dispense with calling it Belmont? Now I know it's usually Belmont.
But next year
runs
it will
this
be
thing.
Belmont. Yeah.
I think it's 2 years away. They're saying.
Is it
But
2? Wow.
let's just call it Aqueduct. That until they
Yeah.
get the new
Yeah.
Belmont
It's the racing at
refurbished,
Aqueduct, yeah.
the racing surface, everything. It's Aqueduct. The grimy stands, the people, the guy selling the hamburgers with the onions.
It sounds better though than it's Belmont. and
Aqueduct.
Aqueduct, yeah.
It's Aqueduct. All right,
It's
I'm
a
just
duck,
calling
yeah.
it Aqueduct. Why a duck?
What
Why
a
a duck?
scumbag place by comparison to that Belmont.
Well, the new Belmont is it's going to be. I wonder what it's going to look like. I have so many fond memories.
I like
of
the old Belmont. I
Yeah.
used to love being out there on the backside and where the horses were saddled. And same thing. I mean, it was a grander, more broad area. There were 2 tracks like that you always loved being on the backside. Santa Anita and then Belmont, of course, and Hialeah.
Yep.
A smaller version of it, but it was just absolutely glorious.
Yep. Well, maybe we'll see a revival of Hialeah one of these days. You
I
never
don't
know
know
what's
about
going to
that.
happen in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
future. Well, it's still there, and the Flamingos are still in the infield.
Oh,
You're
yeah?
telling me we love Hialeah. Hialeah is
Yes.
beautiful. I
Hialeah's
love
great, man.
Gulfstream as well.
Hialeah's a great
They
place.
do a
They
really
no
good job.
longer have live racing, but you never know. Stay tuned. All right, that is going to do it for this weekend. Again, we do have live racing out here all weekend at Gulfstream. I hope the weather cooperates and that they are able to get all the turf racing in. And again, get your contest entries into MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. I'll be on the road, but I will be driving and
How long of a
checking.
drive is it? 7?
So
It's 6 hours.
about
6?
6.
If he's
you
going
do
by
it-
himself, he doesn't have to stop a million times. You can do
Right.
it in 6.
is that a shot at women and their
Yes,
bladders?
if you go with a woman, you have to stop at least twice, which I
Yeah.
hate with a
Me,
passion.
I just go in a bottle. That's
you,
it.
you, no, you have to stop once you
What,
get gas.
what do you take? The turnpike up there?
You
Yeah,
take
Turnpike straight up.
Turnpike to 75. But
Yeah, Turnpike merges into 75, and you took a hook left on I-10, and you're there. In
Go
a,
all the way.
you know,
you have to stop once to get gas. So that's
Yeah.
when you pee or get food, and then you finish the drive.
I usually try to get all the way up to Lake City before that first
See,
stop.
I would tell you Ocala's the good breaking
No,
point
but
because it's like halfway.
tomorrow they have UF.
I like
actually,
Yeehaw Junction. That's
you,
the only
nah,
thing.
I stopped there last time.
No,
you know what?
you
There was
don't go
nothing
to Yeehaw.
there.
Don't
Try
go
the
to
Chinese restaurant
There's,
there.
I didn't
Outstanding.
find anything there. It's gone.
No,
There's
The
just
Chinese restaurant closed? in
it's
Yeehaw?
gone. Okay, can you imagine that? There wasn't a market
It's
to
either
sustain a
just-
Chinese restaurant.
it's either
in
just
Yeehaw
north of
Junction.
Orlando or Ocala's where you go.
Tomorrow,
There's a guy
UF
that does a similar show to this in Yeehaw.
He just eats a McDonald's burger.
Some
UF
hillbillies lunchbox.
UF has a home game tomorrow against Texas at 3:30. So I'm
Stop
a
in
little
there.
bit. I'm leery about. There's going to be
But
some
Ocala's
traffic.
like an hour from Gainesville.
Yeah, but it's south. I want to get north of
Oh, you wanna be
Gainesville
north
before
of
I
Gainesville.
stop. So I'm
Okay.
going to Lake City. I'm going
If
all
your
the way to
gas
Lake
works,
City.
that's fine.
My
I
gas,
just would always get.
my tank gets me all the way to Lake City,
Nice.
and then it runs out 20 miles later. So
good for you.
that's
Yeah.
where I'm going.
All right, good luck.
Everybody's got my itinerary. And I
Nice.
hope everybody has a good week. You got any kind of big eating plans tonight? Any kind of
No
happy
big
hour?
eating plans, no.
Nope.
I have plans, but no eating plans.
Okay,
Nice.
because usually
Let's put
you've
it
been
that
on
way.
the happy hour tour, which that includes-
Like I said, I was at the happy hour at Reno's last night, and it really looked like the rejected extras from the Golden Bachelor in there. It was kind of rough.
you know you're in your 70s, right?
But he doesn't think about it.
No,
That's
but I
like
don't
that.
feel that way. And
They don't either, though.
yeah, the realization is starting to become
Yeah,
a little
exactly. I
more
was gonna say,
startling
I
with
wish
every
you luck.
passing day. That's for sure.
I wish you luck.
Oh,
Go
man.
Knowles, even though I
Have a
picked
good
against
weekend, everybody. Enjoy every sandwich.